Have you ever thought about what would happen if all humans suddenly disappeared from the face of the Earth? How would it play out? We will run that experiment in this video. The disappearance of humans from Earth would have profound impacts on the planet's environment and ecosystem. Without human intervention, nature would likely reclaim the planet, gradually undoing many of the environmental changes that have occurred over the past several thousand years. One of the most immediate impacts would be the cessation of many forms of pollution, such as air and water pollution. This would lead to a rapid improvement in air and water quality, as the natural processes of the planet take over. However, it would take some time for the pollution that have accumulated over the past several decades to fully dissipate, and some forms of pollution, such as plastic waste, would remain for centuries. The absence of humans would also have a significant impact on the world's climate. Without the burning of fossil fuels, carbon emissions would drop dramatically, leading to a reduction in global warming. However, the effects of climate change are already being felt, and it would take many years for the planet to fully recover. Another major impact would be on the world's ecosystems. Many species of plants and animals have been pushed to the brink of extinction by human activity, and the disappearance of humans would provide an opportunity for these species to recover. Without hunting, habitat destruction, and other human activities, wildlife populations would likely rebound, and many ecosystems would be restored to their natural state. Crops that were used by humans will likely revert to their wild state. Domestic animals and pets kept by humans will be forced to either adapt and evolve for life without humans or completely die off. It is estimated that domestic cats will actually do quite well, multiply to oblivion, and will outcompete many other small predatory carnivores. However, some ecosystems would struggle to recover. For example, invasive species that have been introduced by humans would continue to thrive, and without human intervention, they could spread unchecked, causing damage to native ecosystems. In addition to the environmental impacts, the disappearance of humans would affect the overall shape of the planet, at least its shell. Many of the structures and infrastructure would have been built by humans, such as roads, buildings, and bridges, would begin to decay and collapse over time. It is estimated, for example, that it would take just one day for New York City's subway system to get flooded. The same fate probably awaits the Netherlands and other places that are currently being maintained under sea level. Also, the Panama Canal will naturally close without human intervention. Over time, everything that humans have ever created will be swallowed by nature and become unrecognizable. Plants will start growing everywhere, including where once were buildings and cities, and animals will soon roam those territories once again. Small and coastal cities will disappear first. Larger metropolitan cities may keep their basic shape for a few thousand years until they get too consumed by nature. One of the potentially most dangerous consequences for the rest of the species left on planet Earth will come from nuclear power plants. With nobody to maintain the emergency generators that keep the reactors cool, they would fail, and nuclear catastrophes could easily happen in many different places. This would turn larger areas of the planet into nuclear wastelands. The nuclear fallouts and the radiation would go on to last for thousands of years, killing off many species of plants and animals. Some of the species will probably develop some really strange mutations as a result. Other plants, factories, and infrastructure might suffer similar consequences. Many petrochemical or plants or production facilities would soon catch giant fires, and some of those fires would quickly spread over to the natural world. Overall, the disappearance of humans would have far-reaching impacts on the planet's environment and ecosystem. While some of these impacts would be positive, such as the recovery of wildlife populations and the restoration of natural ecosystems, others would be negative, such as the decay of infrastructure and the loss of human knowledge and expertise. Ultimately, the planet would continue to evolve and change, and in some time, it would be like humans had never existed in the first place.